Chosen, you have gained a lot of wisdom after setting some very clear and healthy boundaries for yourself for an extended period of time. Okay, you're showing up with this Queen of Swords energy, which is healthy boundaries, clear mind, clear perspective. You've been through a lot, but you've also gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom as a result of those trials and tribulations. So you've been very careful about who you have been surrounding yourself with. And as a result of this, there's a shift that's happening in your life. So on the other side of this commercial break, we're going to tap in and see what is the shift that you can anticipate here in 2026. Visit earthgoddessadornments.com. This is not just jewelry. Each piece is handmade with genuine crystals, created for women who carry divine energy, beauty, and power. No two pieces are ever the same, because no two goddesses are the same. Every crystal is intentionally chosen to enhance your aura and elevate your spiritual vibration. This is spiritual adornment that meets class, beauty, and a bold modern edge, designed to move effortlessly from ritual to real life. Visit earthgoddessadornments.com and get your unique piece today. All right, so I appreciate those of you who have been purchasing my handmade jewelry. I do have packages that have been going out. I've been very focused, very meticulous on making sure that y'all get the best quality, the best of the best. So I appreciate all of you who are purchasing my jewelry, as well as other products and readings and all of these other great things. Thank you for my subscribers, likes, those of you who hype up my messages. I appreciate y'all. Let's jump right into this message here. So, as I was saying, you all have set some very clear boundaries for yourself, been very, very protective about who you allow into your energy. And as a result of that, you might have gone through a season where you spent a lot of time in hermit mode, okay, spend a lot of time alone. But during this period, you've been very focused, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is here. Very, very focused on your creative ideas, your work, building, whatever it is that you've been doing. You've been very consistent and persistent. And you know, your hard work and dedication is definitely paying off here. I can see where you're no longer aligning with trauma bonding relationships, okay? Any attachments that was rooted in like wounds, shared wounds, that's no longer your portion. And so as a result, you are attracting soulmates into your life, Chosen. Six of Cups is here. So whoever comes into your life is going to feel very, very familiar. It's going to feel like you've had this person around forever. But this is also your justice, because energy must balance, right? The universal law is always in full effect. Okay, it does not discriminate. And because you have been operating from integrity, honor, then universal law is now honoring you. Okay, the scales are now balancing out in your favor. And this is after a period of, you know, I feel like y'all had to release a lot of people that you really did care about. You really did care about these people since you was young, okay? Some of these people are like, they could be siblings, cousins, aunts, parents, whoever, children, I don't know, whoever it is. These are people that you really did care about. And you had the best of intentions here. But you recognize that in those relationships, you still felt alone. You still felt like you were not surrounded by the best company, or again, you recognize that a lot of these relationships were trauma bonds. They were not genuine relationships that had room for expansion or growth. So you made the cuts where necessary. And as a result of that, there is a beautiful opportunity that's coming in that's going to make you very, very happy. It's going to add to the happiness that you've already created for yourself with the Sun card here. You're definitely shining bright. I feel like at one point, though, you were very defensive. This defensiveness was, you know, it was a protective layer because you had gone through so much and you had experienced so much hardship where you didn't have the best judgment in the past, okay? It could again, it was because you did not see that some of these relationships were trauma bonding relationships, and so you stayed longer than what you should have, or you tolerated more than what you should have, okay? I am wearing a few pieces of my jewelry, y'all. I do have the bracelets available to you all now. So I just have to let y'all know that while I'm doing this reading. For those of you who are watching, you can check out my website. It's going to be in the comment section below for both of my websites, y'all. So now, considering that you begin to recognize that these were unhealthy relationships and you started to protect your peace, redirected your focus towards things that you wanted to build on. So now growth is happening here. You're seeing growth in whatever it is that you've been working on. Okay, you planted the seeds. Now you're watching them grow. I can definitely see that your inner child is also healed. We got a few different cards here that's referencing children. Your inner child is also healed here. And so because of this, your imagination could be at an all-time high right now. You have a divine connection that's coming through. For some of you, it's romantic. For others of you, this could be a really good friendship, business partnership. But this is destined. It's written in the stars that you and this person would align with one another. I feel like this person had to go through a series of lessons. You went through a series of lessons. At some point, you might have felt stuck, overwhelmed, burdened. There were certain things, though, also that kept this person from coming towards you. Your spiritual team, once they realized that you got the lesson, you learned the lesson in terms of protecting your peace and really setting healthy boundaries for yourself without doubling back. You know, even if it started to feel lonely after a period of time, you still learned the value in maintaining those boundaries. Your spiritual team was already in the process of orchestrating a relationship or someone that would end up coming towards you that is a part of your soul tribe. But they held this person back from you for a period of time because this person was still struggling with fears, anxieties, overthinking. They still felt trapped. Okay, this person still felt trapped. So even though it seemed like something was taking a while and you're like, okay, well, when am I going to have this breakthrough to have people around who are trustworthy and they're healthy relationships and it is consistent? You might have been asking that question, and you're gaining the clarity because this person is going to be coming into your life. Now, consider, I'm also picking up, this person has dealt with a great deal of anxiety as well. Okay. This person created so much of a protective boundary around themselves that it scares them. It makes them nervous at the idea of being so open and vulnerable to someone else. And I feel like your spiritual team held this person back from your energy for some time because they needed to sort through these emotions that they were experiencing here. Okay. This person tends to get in their head and to really overthink situations. They fear that repeat cycles would happen and that, you know, once they open up and they're transparent, that they're just going to deal with the tower all over again. The relationship would not last. The connection would not go the distance. So this person has created what seemed like a safe haven for some time, but then after a while, it started to feel like a prison. Okay. It began to feel like a prison for this person because they want to be able to connect with the right type of people. And they started to realize that they were restricting themselves here. Now, if you've already met this person or had some sort of interaction with this person, but things were put on hold, there's a strong reason for it. It's because this person was still dealing with a lot of internal traumas that they had yet to address. They didn't realize that they were becoming their own worst enemy. Okay, the prison that they felt like they were in was self-imposed. So your spiritual team created the distance here so that certain lessons could be learned so that there would not be a repeat cycle here. So someone is coming towards you. Like I said, for some of you, this could be a romantic offer. Okay, we do have love offer here. Someone has been healing their heart chakra. This person could be coming towards you. They're coming forward very confident. They understand the power that they possess. They're very bold. They're coming through with generosity, abundance, love. And you are this speaks on it being an Indian warrior priestess, priest or priestess, whoever you are out there. I feel like this person knows, okay, when they come towards you or when y'all cross paths, it's going to be very, very plain to them that you are not just anybody. And I feel like this person honors that. I don't feel like this person wants to come in and take advantage of you in any way. I feel like they're going to admire your fierce nature. Okay, this says majestic, noble, resilient, graceful, commanding, royalty, honorable, okay, powerful. It's very, very plain who you are. And this person is going to admire your confidence and your courage. They're going to see you, like really, really see you beyond your 3D avatar. They're going to see to your soul, to your roots. They understand where you came from, the lineage. I'm talking about the lineage, the royalty bloodline that you come from. This person recognizes you. And so there's an opportunity that's being placed on the table here. You're getting your justice for those people who like literally took a pact. They signed a contract to work up against you to really block your heart chakra, so that in hopes that you would always remain alone and that you would never align with your divine unions or certain partnerships that will elevate your life. But that didn't pan out so well for those people. They're now having to pay the piper. Many of them are in spiritual jail because they have now been, they've faced a spiritual court, okay? And they've already been judged, so they're now experiencing their sentence, whatever that means for them. But just as judgment happens for the opposing force, justice also happens for those of you who have been operating from integrity, and this is your justice. This opportunity that's coming in is not just going to open up for a new relationship with someone, but it's opening up for expansion even when it comes to your wealth. Okay, so there's multiple highlights to this. Multiple highlights to this. So let's see. I'm going to pull some more cards. So we have temperance. Yeah, you're an earth angel out there, chosen. You've practiced temperance. It hasn't been easy, but you have found your internal balance. You have found your, you know how some people just have a flow. Okay, you found your flow, and you know what keeps you aligned and centered, and that is what you practice every day. It has become a lifestyle for you. It is no longer something where you have to think about it and do it. It's something that you just naturally do. And so because it is now in your nature to be centered, this is why all of these beautiful things, these beautiful changes are coming into your life here. These are not disruptive changes. You've already experienced that. These are changes that's going to really take things forward for you. In areas where things might have been slow, you're going to see forward movement here. Let me see. So the Five of Cups is here. Let's see, what is the Five of Cups? The Two of Cups. Yeah, you've been hurt in past situations for sure. But again, this is the balance that's being restored here. I feel like in the past, you didn't see things clearly. And so because you didn't see things clearly, you mistook trauma bonding relationships for being like, okay, this must be my soulmate because we've been through all the same things, and oh, you know, it became that ride or die type of energy. But now you've already experienced that season of grieving and focusing in on the spilled cups. Those days are done. You look at that. Only anticipate the best things forward here. Six of Swords. That's positive movement forward. So you have definitely, look at that. You took the leap of faith away from that energy. You're not afraid anymore. I feel like now at this stage in your life, you're not afraid to jump at the first indicator that something is throwing off your nervous system. You're not afraid to jump at the first indicator that something is not going to allow you to remain centered. You don't waste any more time. And it's largely because you wasted a lot of time in the past. The Queen of Swords has learned some very valuable lessons. A lot of times people see the Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy as being unapproachable. Okay, so you might have found that you might be like, well, shoot, don't nobody even come around like that anyway, or try to approach like that anyway. It's not because you're not attractive. It's because people know that you can cut through all of the BS. Your discernment is top tier. Okay? You see it all. You feel it all. You recognize it all. And you call it out too. You don't just sit silently. The Queen of Swords is going to speak truth. Okay? Regardless of how it makes folks feel, she's going to be very, very clear and direct here. Okay? So I feel that you gained a sense of independence that was very healthy for you. Very healthy independence. And of course, that's the opposite of codependency. So it could very well be that you came out of a season or maybe even a few seasons of codependency, whether it was financial codependency, emotional, spiritual, physical, sexual codependency. It comes in so many different forms, you know. And I feel like you all you've cleared that. Without a doubt, you've worked on your solar plexus as well. Your solar plexus chakra is definitely aligned here. And this is why you can make these bold moves that you're making at this point in your life. Very confident. You're taking a leap of faith to just jump out there and to do things that you've never done before. You're not asking too many questions. Look at that. Because of that, you got the 10 of Pentacles coming through. Come on, y'all. The 10 of Pentacles is long-term success. This is what everybody wants to be able to achieve in a lifetime here. Okay? If y'all like my rings, I did make these as well. I'm not selling them yet because I'm still working on perfecting these right here, but I did make these rings too. It's copper. So yes, the 10 of Pentacles is definitely this energy of long-term success, reaching goals that have longevity for sure. And you're not doing it alone. That's the thing. Like, this is you aligning with your soul tribe, and you will be seeing, you are creating the foundation that's going to last for years to come. So yes, taking a leap of faith, making bold moves is definitely leading you towards a brand new beginning when it comes to achieving your wealth. So yeah, you have the Hierophant as well as the 3 of Pentacles. I feel like, yeah, you're going to align with people who have a lot of wisdom as well. These are people that you can build with, that you can collaborate with. Y'all have a lot of really powerful visions, very much so on the same wavelength here. You all come in with your own expertise and they come in with theirs. You have goals, you're very disciplined. And you're going to be able to see this. And this person that's coming towards you is going to be very, very plain that y'all are supposed to be building together. It's going to be very, very clear that you have a divine mission together. This is a soulmate. Yeah, 8 of Wands. And things are going to pick up very, very fast. I'm telling you, if it felt like it was slow, it's going to pick up extremely fast for you. Let me clarify. Lots of passion, lots of fire, lots of just that get up and go energy. We are in the year of the fire horse, y'all. So you should really be aligning with that. If you feel like your energy is low, it's only because there's something within you that needs to shift. There's something within you that needs to shift to align with the current energy that's happening outside of us, okay? The planetary shifts and things of that nature. It has to be something going on internally. You may consider taking a look when it comes to like your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. What are you engaging in? Maybe you're overstimulating yourself, or maybe you're understimulated to where you're not really feeding your creativity or your passions right now. You want to see what's blocking that, what's causing that. Is it being overworked and exhausted to the point where you don't have the energy to pour into your creative pursuits, or to have that passion or zeal in your energy? Or is it the fact that you're giving too much of that energy into a direction that's only siphoning and draining you? So you really want to pay attention, but I feel like the majority of you have already released that. Okay, that's not even an issue for you. You have forward movement that's happening here, but that was only for those of you who feel like you're not on the same timeline as this message. So let's see. Yeah, see, because you've changed a lot. You put a lot of things to rest, I'm telling you. Without fear, like people have gotten trampled over. You just like, look, if you're not changing, then you're just deteriorating. And if you're deteriorating, then you're the walking dead. And I don't do the walking dead. I don't hang with walking sleeple or sheeple. So you got on your horse and you made your exit and you did not look back and you did it unapologetically. No apologies needed. For what? For what? People see you changing. They're watching you go through a transformation right before their eyes. And so it's not something that cannot be achieved by them as well. It's just a matter of dedication. How dedicated are they to themselves? You was not going to continue to be to deteriorate with them. This is what you call trauma bonding relationships. It leads to the dead burying the dead. Okay, everybody is deteriorating together. Nobody is living. Nobody is thriving. Everybody is simply surviving. And in survival mode, deterioration happens. That's a known fact, even when it comes to the human body. Okay, biochemically, if you're in survival mode, you're going to notice that your organs and everything begins to shut down over time, because the stress hormones and all of these things that's being released that the body is not supposed to naturally release every single day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's overstressing the body, overworking parts of the body that's only supposed to kick in the state of emergencies. And so I feel like you begin to recognize, like, no, y'all are just deteriorating, walking dead. And that's not your portion. You made a choice to not align with those types of energies, just like they made a choice to stay in it. Okay, this is a life of free will. We all have free will. So let's just see. That's too many cards. Oh, this is my IC Tarot deck for those of you that don't know. And I did add more cards to this deck. So for those of you that's like, okay, I don't see those cards in my particular deck, I added more cards to this deck. So yes, you can get this deck off of my website. So speaking of that, Four of Swords. Okay, this is one of the cards that I added. But consider, I feel like you had to go through a period of like really reflecting and looking at yourself, but you took a rest break. This is you saying that, you know what, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Let me go ahead and take a long vacation away from these energies. And you recognize that during that time of solitude, you have never had more peace in your life. You have never felt better upon rising. Okay? And so I feel that at that point you came to realize, like, hold on, these energies was literally sabotaging my growth. Even if it was not intentional on their part, you now recognize the power of environment, the power of who you share your energy with. You now recognize that all of that is interconnected when it comes to every other aspect of your life. And so now you have made a firm decision. And so because you have been diligent, and this is the thing, the reason why this person is coming into your life now is because it was not easy being by yourself for that period of time. That was not easy, but trust and believe, you got tested during that time. You had certain people that did resurface, or that attempted to resurface into your energy. And the whole time, the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team was like, okay, well, let's just see. Let's just see. And you got tempted. Not just for those people to try to re-enter for like, okay, to try to cozy up next to you, but some people attempted to re-enter to strike up drama, and you still passed those tests. You still didn't become bitter and start questioning, well, what was me and why, and how come this person doesn't see my value in XYZ? You just accepted it for what it was. What they say, chuck up the deuces, okay? And you was like, I'm out of here. Because that time of peace and rest was like, there's no price, there's no amount of money that can pay for the type of peace that you was able to experience in your solitude after walking away from these trauma bonding relationships. So you're a totally new person now, Chosen. You don't even look the same. You don't walk the same. You don't talk the same. You have bossed up. You have leveled up. And people know that in order to come into your energy, they have to come to you correct. Okay? They have to come correct. Yeah, see, these types of energies are no longer welcome. Anyone that's moving in that snake energy that's just coming in to try to drain you dry, these types of energies, they're no longer welcome. Why is the Seven of Swords here? And I feel like there's lots of wealth that's coming into your life. That's the thing. So there will be people that try to re-enter because they want a piece of your pie. Okay, they want to partake in your harvest. Seven of Swords is clarified by fishy offers. So be very, very mindful of those. And I feel like you have been. You saw the flies, you smelt the fish, you saw it all. It was like, ugh, I know you ain't offering me that old stinking cup. I know good and damn well you don't have the audacity to step to the Chosen offering this type of energy. That's what's clarifying the Seven of Swords, which is deception. This says deceptive, suspicious, misleading, fraudulent, insincere, worthless. You see it from a mile away. You damn sure smell it from 10 miles away. It's easy to spot. So even if these beings try to come back around, yeah, you're like, look, hell no. Okay? Just like Celie said, hell to the no. All right? Until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble. And she left. And she never looked back. And her life elevated tremendously after that. And his life went down the drain. So you'll find that, yes, you know, and matter of fact, he did show up. Didn't he show back up, Mr.? I believe he did show back up. Or he kept kind of lingering around. He'd be peeking down the hills, you know, just to see what was going on with Miss Celie. You know, because he had a lot of regret. But it doesn't mean that they come back a changed person. They just come back like, damn, life is lifing on me. I see you elevating. And they want to come back in for that light again. But that's not going to happen. You see the deception from a mile away. So you just accept that that was a season, that was a necessary one, that will catapult you towards this massive transformation. And it wisened you up and showed you how to set healthy boundaries for yourself. And so now the caliber of energy that you are attracting, the type of offers that are coming in, is coming from more genuine energy for sure. And if there's anything that comes towards you that seems even remotely similar to what you've dealt with in the past, you jump ship. No questions asked. Okay? No questions asked. Yeah, because and this is how you're inspiring others. Okay? You are here to influence and inspire others. You are the light for others here. Some of you could be influencers on social media. Okay? Whatever type of influencer you are, you could be in the public eye and people value and honor you. Okay? They see you. So this says here, innovative, creative, engaging, inspiring, dedicated, vibrant, influential, empowered, okay? Look at this. I'm in love with you. Somebody is falling in love with you because they're watching you and they see you. They see you in your power. You got people falling in love with your chosen. You can have multiple love offers that come through as well. And I feel like, you know, this is how you know your spiritual team is always orchestrating things well ahead of time, even before you even get to see the fruits, even before you even know the fruit exists. Your spiritual team has been prepping you for this period in your life right now. Because ultimately, all of these lessons would lead you to know that you have what it takes to inspire others, okay? Just your testimony alone is inspiring. So many of you end up in the spotlight. And as a result of that, you end up having a lot of different people that are drawn to you. A lot of people that want to be your friend. They want to work with you. They want to be with you romantically. And so your spiritual team knew that that would be the energy that will be surrounding you in this season of your life. And so they also recognized that they wanted to make sure that you wouldn't be easily lured in by a charmer, you know, by someone who only sees the glitz and glamour, but they're only coming in to take what they can take. You would not be easily fooled or manipulated back into that type of energy. They knew that you was going to have a lot of people drawn to you. And so they wanted to make sure that you had gotten to that space of getting enough lessons and gaining enough wisdom so that when you got into that position to shine and to be in the spotlight, yeah, you would get a lot of offers, but many of those offers will go, I'm not going to say unnoticed, but they're not going to get your attention. They're just not going to get your attention. Because you recognize that we live in a world where there's only a few who have actually done the work. And there's many who resist doing the work, but they want to ride on the coattails of those who are doing the work. So you are not easily finessed into any false friendships, any false business partnerships, or false relationships. You're not finessed easily. And that's because you've learned so much. So you have the maniac card here. Oh, this says a maniac ex-lover is obsessively controlling and possessive, unable to let go. They stalk, manipulate, and exert undue influence, driven by a delusional sense of entitlement to their affection. Wow, this behavior is a toxic mix of insecurity and a refusal to respect boundaries. Okay, posing a significant threat to their ex's well-being. This is like, you may have a crazy ex out there chosen. I wouldn't be surprised if most of you would be like, yep, check, that's correct. Okay, But this could be, it doesn't just have to be romantic exes. This could be ex-friends that are having a hard time accepting, like, you've outgrown them. You no longer want to deal with the toxic patterns or the things that might not have been obvious to them. Like, oh, that they don't even know that I was talking about them. Ain't nobody told them I was talking about them, knowing good and damn well they was talking about you, knowing good and damn well that they was sending you the evil eye, jealous of everything that you've been able to achieve and all types of stuff. But in their mind, they're like, well, he don't have a reason to not talk to me because he ain't got no evidence. Or she don't have a reason because she ain't got no evidence. You are highly spiritual and intuitive. Your discernment is 100% on point. So whoever these ex people are, these are people that you have X'd out of your life. They are still stalking you, still watching you, and still wanting to have a vice grip on your energy. But this is you. You said again, let the dead bury the dead. And you trample right past them and let them continue to deteriorate into nothingness by themselves, okay? That's not your portion anymore. So a lot of them are going crazy. Yeah, you have some copycats out here. And I feel like a lot of you recognize that. Like, it says, but they can't copy your spirit, though. Your energetic signature is undeniable. There's no one else like you. They can't do it like you. They could literally try to talk like you. They could try to walk like you. They could try to do everything that you do. They could try to mimic every creative idea that you have. But because your energetic signature is what it is, the universe recognizes you. The universe recognizes the seeds that you plant. So the universe is not confused. It knows exactly who is deserving of the abundance that comes from planting the seed. So even if somebody copied everything that you did and said, okay, well, I see them over there doing that, so I'm going to do exactly as they're doing and see what happens because they in competition with you. Universal law says that your frequency, your energy chosen is the one that is deserving of the harvest that comes through that particular seed. And so therefore, the wealth and everything that comes through that creative pursuit is always going to land exactly where it's supposed to land, with the rightful owner, which is you. So a lot of these beings that you had to walk away from, they thought they could do you better than you do you. And you recognize that energy. And so you had to make cuts where necessary. Okay? And in some cases, you didn't even initiate the cuts. Your spiritual team initiate the cuts because they saw this copycat energy. They saw the jealousy. They saw the competitive nature of these beings. But they definitely activated your intuition so that you could sense. Even if you couldn't put your finger on it, you sensed that something was off about certain relationships in your life. And you made the adjustments where needed. Yeah. See, a lot of them feel like they was left hanging here. Bunch of clowns, okay? Circus clowns. They was definitely left hanging for good reason, okay? Some of them tried to call you or they've been waiting for you to call. And you've made a firm decision to not do that, okay? And because of that, you've hit the jackpot. People don't seem to understand. A lot of these karmics have to recognize that one of the best signs that lets you know if somebody was working up against you, even if you have no evidence, zero evidence that this person was working up against you, one of the best signs to know if somebody's energy was not good for you is when you take that time to yourself and you withdraw your energy, and suddenly everything in your life begins to progress. Suddenly your energy has shifted. You feel better. You feel lighter. Okay, your money is starting to flow more freely. New creative ideas are coming through. Your love life is improving. All of these different things are happening for you. Okay, you're working out. You're feeling good. Like everything is improving for you. That lets you know the nature of that person that you had to go ghost on. You look back and you're like, well, damn, as long as I was talking to that person, this was stagnant. This wasn't moving. I wasn't, on my square. I wasn't standing on my square. My energy was low. I felt drained. The XYZ. You'll know if that person was good for you or not. And it's true the other way around, okay? It's the opposite is also true. If you have a chosen seed of many of these people, so that's what they're experiencing. That's how they know who you are. Many of these people found that they was thriving as long as they was connected to you. Even though they wasn't doing right by you, they was thriving because of your light, because of the favor that is naturally over your life. So while you was over there feeling drained, they was over there feeling on high heel. Creativity is at all-time high. Okay? Money coming in from everywhere. feeling good. I mean, all types of stuff was happening for them as long as they was connected to you. But the moment that you withdraw and leave the building, that's when the tower comes down. And suddenly they realize, they start to look around like, well, damn, everything was going well. As soon as they left, now all of a sudden everything is going to shit. But see, a lot of times their ego won't allow them to put two and two together. So rather than saying, okay, well, they was connected to a divine being. They was connected to someone who had high vibrational energy, someone who had favor over their life, and they should have done right by that relationship because they saw just how beneficial it was to them. Rather than seeing the benefit of who you are and acknowledging who you are, they'll deny it. Their ego forces them to deny it and say, well, they must be sending me the evil eye. Because suddenly they stop talking and all of a sudden I got this going on, I got that going on. They must be sending me the evil eye. That's what they say about you, chosen. Okay? But they've been talking about you anyway. Okay? They're going to talk about you regardless, whether you're giving them the shirt off of your back or whether you're giving them your back. They're going to talk about you regardless. So it's like, let them talk. Because at the end of the day, truth speaks for itself. Truth stands in its own merit. And they can look at their life and see. Just like they can look at yours because they're stalking you. They can't stop watching you any damn way. So they can see the elevation that's happening for you since you withdrew your energy from them. They know good and damn well they're toxic as hell. They know it. So a lot of these beings, they see your happiness, but they're not happy. See, the devil is in a reverse. You cut those chains. That's no longer your portion. It's no longer an anchor for you. So let's just see. So this says, you're pushing yourself to exhaustion. Enjoy yourself in between all of your hard work. So make sure that you're getting the rest that you need, chosen, because I know that, again, your creativity is likely at an all-time high. You got beautiful things that's happening for you. You're seeing results now, and it might make you want to keep going. Like you can get addicted to that high of success and seeing things progress for you. But your spiritual team is like, look, it's okay. You can... You know, I know you're burning the midnight oil, but save some of that oil, chill out, and just give yourself a break because, you know, balance is necessary. Because if you do not find that balance and if you go too hard, your spiritual team will sit you down. And you don't want them to sit you down. So they're like, look, enjoy yourself in between all of your hard work. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy the milestones and the progress that you have made here. This says, don't let people suck the air out of your spirit. I was literally just talking about these energy vampires. So that's no longer your portion. That's too many cards. Let's see. I'll just pull one out. Oh, wild card. Okay, this is from a different deck, but it was in this one. It says, you are unpredictable and your qualities are uncertain. You can't be held down. Nobody knows what to expect from you, not even the jack of all trades. So that's the thing. Like, you're unpredictable now. People they can't see you. They can't keep up. They don't know what you're getting ready to come through with. They don't know what creative pursuit you're getting ready to bust out the doors with. Why? Because you're very private about things now. You don't tell people your business anymore, okay? And that's very uncomfortable, especially for the copycats. Because the copycats, they needed to stay in the know about what you was doing at all times. I don't care what area of your life it is. They needed to stay in the know because their lifeline depended on mimicking everything about you. And it's one thing to admire a person and to maybe want to walk, I can't say walk in their footsteps because they can't walk in your footsteps, chosen. But to want to admire a person and to aspire to be as confident or as successful. But whoever these people are, they literally was trying to copy your essence line for line, word for word, page for page. And that's a big mistake. Big mistake. But now you're unpredictable. These people do not know what you have going on because they can't get in contact with you. You're not interested in talking, okay? You're interested in creating, thriving. Look at that. This says, don't lose yourself trying to hold on to someone else. These people are losing themselves. They don't even, but see, that's the thing. How can they not lose themselves? If they no longer have access to you, then they're left trying to figure out, well, who the hell am I? That's the question of the day for many of these beings that tried to copycat you, but also was in competition with you, trying to do you better than you do you. Now they're left with a identity crisis. They have no idea who they are, what they're here for. Okay? They've lost themselves because they never found themselves in the first place. There's more to know than what you currently know. See, they want to be in the know, chosen. These beings, they want to know. It's like, what are they doing? Who are they talking to? Is things working out with them and so, and have they XYZ, and are they successful? Are things moving for their business? Like, they got so many questions, and they will receive no answers because your spiritual team is going to make sure they stay in the dark about it. Okay? Spend less time worrying about your appearance. You're enough. That's what they need to do. Okay? These beings have no confidence whatsoever. I feel like they see you and they know that you recognize, you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. Look at this. Transformation. You've transformed. You're not who you used to be. Okay? This says metamorphosis, evolution, mystique, awakening, emergence, grace, elevation, transcendence. You have transcended these relationships. With grace, you are flowing freely in the essence of life, and you are perfectly aligned with every shift that happens. You're just like, look, I'm going with the flow. I'm staying in the now. And because that is your dominant energy, like I said, you have mastered your flow state, your personal flow state, okay? You have mastered your personal flow state that keeps you centered. And because of that, you are transcending, you are flowing, you are radiant, you are gracefully navigating this thing called life. And it's a beautiful sight to see, okay? It's a beautiful sight to see. Many people are now left on this journey alone, and it's a long one. It's a long, long, long journey. Why? Because they was big mouths. I told you, they slandered and gossiped your name, chosen. They said a lot of really foul things about you. And now they have to experience this journey alone. They don't even know where they're headed, though. A lot of them that said shit talker, gossiper, spreading rumors. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what they was doing against you. So now they have to deal with this journey alone. They can't ride your coattail to success. No. And see, the thing about it is, the chosen seed, you're so giving. You are always thinking about others and wanting to take others with you. That's just your nature. And your spiritual team, they know this about you. And that's why they had to sit you down and remove you from these people so that you could really take some time to think about, why are you over nurturing relationships that don't pour back into you? Why are you over nurturing relationships where you feel, you sense that something is off about that person's energy and their true intentions? No more. Okay? So now these beings have to experience this long journey without riding your coattail. And they have to figure out how to find their own success, how to find their own identity without trying to hijack yours. So I'm going to take a message from my book, y'all. Let me get a card to see what number they want me to turn to. But this is a really good reading, chosen. You have beautiful things coming into your life. Balance is being restored. A soul contract, a soulmate connection is also coming in. Regardless of the nature of that relationship, is going to be very, very emotionally fulfilling for the both of you. Okay, so I have the Phoenix here, number 24. So this says, yeah, death and rebirth, immortal, catalytic or heart awakening, rising up from the ashes, total transformation and complete renewal. This is your energy now. You are the Phoenix. So message 24. So this is my book, Guided Light. It's full of channel messages. It's not meant to be read from front to back. It's meant for you to open and turn to whatever page you feel guided to turn to. In the back of the book, there's 56 random messages. So if there's a specific number that stands out, such as the number 24 on this card, we're going to turn to message 24 and read. You can get this off of my website. So, message 24. So this says, you have overcome numerous challenges related to love, gaining clarity on what you won't accept in your life anymore. Karmic justice is working in your favor, preparing you for a healthy relationship. Come on, y'all. It says, embrace the changes occurring in your life right now. There's someone who feels deeply passionate about you and is eager to express their true feelings. It's essential to release any insecurities and fears, as you are deserving of this ambitious and passionate partner. Get ready to enjoy a beautifully guided soulmate connection. This book is the truth. Okay? Get it and add it to your spiritual toolkit. You will not regret it. This book is the truth. So that's my message for you all. Like, subscribe, hype, leave a comment below. check out my next commercial that's also going to show you the other products that I have to offer, and book your personal readings with me over the phone if you need more clarity. I'll talk to you all soon. Visit ShaviZanesGuidance.com if you want to purchase any of the products that I have created. I have 6 different decks for you to choose from: Ancestors Money, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Dr. Francis Cresswell Singh, and Madam C.J. Walker. I also have the Spiritual Cleanse, where you can cleanse your energy every time you take a shower. It consists of frankincense, myrrh, Palo Santos, and sage. You can also order my miniature altars. You can get my book full of channeled messages, and order your Straight Outta Religion hats and t-shirts. You can also get a 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour session over the phone with me where you can ask as many questions as you'd like. So definitely check out the description box as well as the comment section to book your services and to purchase your products.